Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back again. You'll notice that it is morning and that there is a base here. There is some magic involved in that. And so we're going to go through the base here in just a little bit. And I'll show you what we've built. It's just enough to be functional. But first, we're going to build it last night. Because we built it at night. You know what? Let the montage explain.
Wake up without a care. Your head's not heavy, your conscience clear. Sins are all forgiven here, yours and mine. Fear is gone without a trace. It's the perfect time in the perfect place. Nothing hurt, nothing sore, no one suffers anymore. The doctor found a simple cure just in time. All these things, if I were king, would all appear around me. The world will sing when I am king. The world will sing when I am king. Ah, she walks right in, she don't even knock. It's the girl you lost to the high school jock. She shuts the door, turns the lock, and she takes your hand. She said she always felt a fool for picking the captain over you. She wonders if you miss her, says she always told her sister now that you're the best and kisser that she's ever had. All these things, if I were king, would all appear around me. The world will sing when I am king. The world will sing when I am king. Oh, 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 oh. Daylight waits to shine until the moment you awaken, so you never miss the dawn. No question now, you know which road you're taking. Lights all green, the radio plays just the perfect song. All the war's been won, the fights are fought, and you find yourself in just the spot in a place where everybody's got a song to sing. Feel like the final movie scene. The prince will find his perfect queen. The hero always saves the world. The villains get what they deserve. The poor will always get the going. I am king. All these things, if I were king, would all appear around me. The world will sing when I am king. All these things, if I were king, would all appear around me. How the world will sing when I am king. The world will sing when I am king. The world will sing when I am king. Na 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 na. Oh, na 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 na. Wouldn't it be great if no one ever got offended? And wouldn't it be great to say what's really on your mind? I've always said all the rules are made for bending, and if I let my hair down, would that be such a crime? I wanna be consequence free. I wanna be where nothing needs to matter. I wanna be consequence free. Just say na 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 na. Say na 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 na. I could really use to lose my Catholic conscience, 'cause I'm getting sick of feeling guilty all the time. And I won't abuse it. Yeah, I've got the best intentions for a little bit of anarchy, but not the hurting kind. I wanna be consequence free. I wanna be where nothing needs to matter. I wanna be consequence free. Just say na 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 na. Oh, na 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 na. I couldn't sleep at all last night, 'cause I had so much on my mind, and I'd like to leave it but you know it's not that easy. Oh, but just one night, wouldn't it be great if the band just never ended? We could stay out late, and we would never hear last call. We wouldn't need to worry about approval or permission. We could slip off the edge and never worry about the wall. I wanna be consequence free. I wanna be where nothing needs to matter. I wanna be consequence free. Just say na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Alright, welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed that montage. This Great Big Sea is the band you're listening to. So, we're going to take you around the base and show you what we've done and why. And keep in mind this isn't finished yet, but this is where we're going with it. So a large log shed which only takes logs. It's the only thing you can put in it. So a large log shed, only put logs in it. Now the small one, you can actually you can put planks in, so wooden planks there, and then we've got our sticks and our small logs in the box here. So that's all of our wood products in one place right there, very easy to just drive up to. This shelf out here is for our toolkits and vehicle maintenance stuff. So we've got our gas cans down at the bottom out of the way. And then up here, I've got all the toolboxes, the electrical repair kits, the electrician's tools, car batteries, and car repair kit. So all that comes out here. It's all very bulky, and you don't want to mix it in with the smaller stuff. It really gets in the way and makes a mess. And, yeah, it's all centrally located there in that giant shelf. So as we come in, oh, I left the radio on. Let me go turn that off. So I found a radio in one of the cars, and I decided to put it in here. I was listening to it while I was organizing things, and I was organizing things while you guys were watching that wonderful montage. Yes, because real time, it's a thing. So this is going to be our kitchen area. So we've taken what food and food adjacent stuff we found, we've brought it in here, and all goes in this box. Eventually we're also going to put more storage in here so that we can split things out. We'll have our firewood in here as well. Improvised barbecue, you know, all that kind of stuff. Everything's going to be in this room for cooking, though. Out here, we haven't designated this area for anything yet, but it's probably going to be a bit of a lounge area. You know, build some of the benches and tables, all that stuff. So over here, this is our crafting area. So we'll start with the smallest first, the box. The box is for nails and bolts only fixtures, interchangeable fixtures. So just nails and bolts are going to go in here. We have about a half a box of nails left over after crafting. So we don't have enough to make the wardrobes and storage shelves that we want to make in other places. So for now, we're making do with what we got. The wardrobe is for our metal scrap. Metal scrap is the one item that you will get in bulk and use in bulk more than anything else. So much of your crafting involves metal scrap, and involves it in large part, as well as bullets, of course. So then the storage shelf, which is the largest container, we're using for random stuff, random crafting items, you know, rubber bands, duct tape, copper strips, piece of rubber, safety pins, all this stuff. If you need random stuff, it's probably in here. So now we'll go upstairs. Guess we don't have to run, it's our house. So upstairs we're going to have the bunks over here. That's what this is going to be. This whole area here is going to be for bunks, depending on how many people hop on the server and whatnot. We'll just make everybody a bunk. And then this side, what we're going to do is this box will eventually be just for rope and rags. However, I mentioned that we were shy on nails and bolts, so right now we've just got a chest up here. And so there'll be a chest here, and there'll be a chest over here, out of range. And so this side is going to be for clothing and armor and backpacks and all that sort of thing. So there's going to be a big shelf here, and then the little box, and then there'll be another little box here and another shelf, if it'll fit. If not, then we'll use a wardrobe. And this is going to be for our weapons over here, weapons and tools. Right now everything is in this box. We don't have a whole lot, but it is enough to fill up a box effectively. These bullets go with this gun, these with that. So that's how we've got it kind of set out right now. There's not enough space to do it properly, but we've kind of improvised where we can. Up here you see we've got a lot of shirts, so we can probably break some of those down, but it's just not worth it yet. So now keep in mind when you're looking at this that all of the nails and bolts and scrap metal, we've got actually everything that we've got that we didn't get in that second video, has only been looted from cars. I drove around for a while looting some cars to make sure we had enough nails and stuff to get this done, but that is all I have looted was cars. And one of the last cars that we looted happened to have thread in it, and thread is absolutely essential for a lot of things. So you gotta maintaining your equipment primarily, because you have to have a sewing kit to maintain all of your cloth equipment. So that means that we need a needle so that we can make a sewing kit. And you can find needles, or you can craft needles. And crafting needles also requires something else. So we're going to go into that here in a second, but first we're going to go make a few more shotgun shells, just so that we have enough to make ourselves feel safe. You may ask what happened to the shotgun shells. You may have seen in the montage that I ran over a bear. That bear has been wandering around here a lot lately, and I encountered it several times during the night, and I had to run it off. The one time I happened to be in the truck, it was very convenient, but other than that, I had to run it off manually, and that was unpleasant. It'll come, it knocks you down, you start bleeding, and then it'll run back at you. They're just a pain. So you try to shoot them, but they move pretty quickly, and you got to find out what direction they're coming from, which is not always easy. So we've got the drill press here in the garage nearby. So when we go to crafting, we should be able to craft shotgun shells. So we need, oh, we forgot to grab a toolbox. Toolbox and scrap metal. So we'll go grab those real quick. So our toolboxes are all on this shelf right here. I'm going to put in some stairs later, but for now I didn't. So our toolboxes are here, and they're in descending order. So 84, 77, 50, 46, 42, 40, 32, and 17. So we're going to take the 17 and use up the lowest one first. That's our general rule, is always use the lowest ones first. And then we're going to grab a couple of pieces of scrap metal, and we'll run back over there. should have probably turned around the other way. Was not thinking. Alright, so going back over and yada yada, blabbering on about things and rambling, talking about the bear. Okay, and now we're here and we'll pretend like I didn't forget all that stuff the first time I came. Alright, so look, there's a drill press, and because there's a drill press, we can craft shotgun shells. So we'll go ahead and make ourselves a few shotgun shells. And you get all the mechanical sounds, it's very nice. Alright, and each run gets us 5 shotgun shells. So we've got 10 new shotgun shells total. And I could have just picked them up and put them directly in my boots, but I didn't. So alright, so we've got our shotgun with shells. Hop in the truck, and we need to go murder someone. And before you judge me on that, keep in mind that on this island we are all convicts. And the whole principle of this game is that the convicts on this island are murdering each other for sport. And the puppets, or zombies, whatever you want to call them, they're players who have failed. So they're convicts just like us that have made it to whatever point they did, but then died. So let's see if there's an explodey one here. Because we don't want to... Yep, there is an explodey one. We don't want to deal with the explosions. I wonder if we can pick him off and use him to explode the other ones. He exploded, but he didn't hurt the other ones, it doesn't look like. Alright. So now we have myrtleized our new friends. And we're going to search them. So there's a few things. I am going to take their clothes to cut into rags. Because we're going to want to make a bed. To make a bed, we need a bunch of rags. Just heaps of rags. Alright, so now comes the fun part. When you live on an island full of murdery people, you get to do things like chop up bodies. Now, unlike the old days, you can't eat them anymore, which I think is unfortunate. However, they do yield useful supplies. So we've chopped up 2 friends, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the guts, guaranteed, just in case we happen to get lucky with the hunting, especially with that bear running around. We're also going to take the skin. The skin is going to be very useful to us. And then we're going to take the bones. And a puppet eye, does puppet eye have any use? Ah, use it to make the masks. Got it. Alright. Don't need that. And then we're going to take their heads. And this guy, he gets chopped up too. And his head can go straight in the truck. Take the guts. And we'll put the skin in the truck. Now we took this bone for a reason. We can craft it into a bone needle. And, you know, I said that they took it out, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so yeah, you cannot chop them up into meat anymore, so that tooltip is wrong there. But yeah, even after you couldn't eat the meat anymore, it was called puppet meat, and it was not edible, but they still rendered fat as well, so you can still use their fat for things. But that's all gone now. We can't even chop up the body parts. So now we've got a improvised sewing kit, and I know a lot of you are sitting there being a bit squeamish about this, but just want to point out that this is absolute necessity. So first thing we do is we craft an animal skin quiver, because puppets are animals. If we had a military quiver, we wouldn't have to go through this step. Military quiver is bigger, blah 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 blah. Military is better. We'll equip that, and it's an extra storage. It's got a 5 kilo weight, so you can put quite a bit in there. And then the other thing that we want to do is get this skin back out of here. And we'll take the head back out too, because we're going to use that in just a couple of minutes. And we need to make one more improvised thing, which is an improvised water container. We need to get rope for that though, which we can get from chopping up these clothes. So, cut into rags. Alright, and cut into rags. So we're actually cutting up more than you would need. You could have cut those rags into stripes and then turn the stripes into rope, but we need the rags. I think we need like 20 rags or something like that to make the bed. So we just wanted to get the rag stripes made, so we just cut up something extra. No big deal. Anyway, so now we're using human skin to make our new improvised water container, which, unlike the small bottle that we have at home, which holds 5, these hold 15. So you don't have to go fill it up quite as often, about a third of the time. Exactly a third of the times. So we've got that made, so pick it up, and then we'll pick up all these rags and we'll deal with those at home. I guess I could have done all of this at home, but not terribly important. So now we're ready to head home. And so it's my understanding that the beds now replace the need to have a shelter. We already did build a shelter, but for aesthetic purposes, we want to build a bed as well. So we're going to hop out, and we didn't leave anything in the truck. Oh, it's some bolts, so we'll take those with us. We're going to come over here to this box. Now, this box has our long sticks in it. And this is just one of those fun things. It does not have an actual effect. It doesn't ward off puppets or anything. But I like to have a few around right face towards town. That way, when the HOA tries to complain, I can tell them I don't live in town and they can suck it. So, there's those. And we'll just pop the heads in here. So, one head in that one, one head in that one, and one head in that one. Then we uncraft this bundle of wooden sticks, and each one of those can be made into an improvised spear. We need 3 of them, one for each. Alright, and now we'll put one here, and one here. And then we'll go over here, fill this one first. Because it's the furthest from the one on the ground. So, there we go, we've got some heads on the road. It's starting to feel like home. And then we're just going to pick these sticks up. Don't want to leave sticks laying around, somebody might trip over them. Because right after you murder 3 people and mount their heads, tripping is your biggest concern. Last thing you want to do is be wandering around at night and trip over a stick, land on a spiked head, you know. So there is a cot, here it is, improvised bed. So it's supposed to take 3 sticks, some rope, and 4 rags. There's also a tent that you can make. It takes heaps and heaps of rags. So that's something to keep in mind. So we need 1 more stick, and then we need 15 rope. And rope we've got over here. Is 20. And then 1 more stick. It has to be a long stick. Can't be a short stick. And a lot of things, the sticks are interchangeable. Long stick, short stick doesn't really matter. In this it does. So we're going to put 4 of the sticks back in here. And just take the one that we need. And so now we've got a bed. Yay, bed. I'm still wearing that clown mask. So there's one more thing that we need to do to make this house into a home. And that is to go up on the roof. These cabins all come with ladders that lead to the roof. You can't put sentry towers up here. I tried. It just doesn't work. So we need to put up a flag to claim our base area. And if we put it up, you see the area that it's going to claim there. So we'll place the flag. So now we need 7 scrap metal, 1 fixture, and 7 rags. So, well, we need 1 more charge from a toolbox as well. Wow, I lost the word there. Sorry about that. And this is the last little bit to make our house a home. We've got a bed, we've got the house, we've got containers, everything we need to make life good. We've even got radio. I mean, everybody loves radio. I think I said 7 of these. And one more from here. And then back inside to grab the nails on our way out. I could take out all the nails, but then they'd take up more inventory space. So I just kind of live with the idea. You know, it's not a huge hassle to pull out nails when you need them, unless you need them in bulk. And if you need them in bulk, well, alright. So, now, we'll show the flag area. Bam. And we can repair all base elements. That'll keep everything in the base from degrading. So it resets all the timers. So now we have a home. Alright, and next time we'll have done some quality of life improvements, putting up stairs and whatnot. And then we'll go into scavenging, and I'll show some interesting locations, look at the local area, and show you what there is to see. So until next time, everyone stay safe.